to know, boo, if she's going the right way and what to focus on the most right now in order to progress in the video game. Hello to the chat. Okay, that's working. Cool. I can barely read the blue on a black background, but it's working. All right. Fireposionhp, the Ice-Lightning Mage, of course. So symbols are going well. Definitely on top of that. 1050, very, very good. Only 90 points away from getting the will requirement, so you're definitely on the way there. And I know you missed the most of the last event, so this is all without alliance event, basically, guys. So 15 stars. So if a 5, 10, 15 comes around, that'll be perfect for you. That's 48, right? It's probably 48 because it's exactly 3 times this. So it's like 68 equivalent. Yeah, let me just get a feeling for what kind of gear we're working with. What is that? It's probably gonna have a shit flame because it's a condensed power crystal. Yeah. Nice potential. Ooh, very nice potential. Only all stat though. Okay. Decent hyper body. Not bad with those 84 intellect. Ooh, okay. $17. Wait, how many stars was the shoe? 17 as well. Okay. And the other ones are CRA and everything's 15, right? Yeah, okay. Very nice. 4% all stat. That's pretty good. This one's meso obtained though. Hang on. Oh yeah, because you're going off the event rings. Wait, you're not wearing the ring? Oh, that's interesting. You're using the other event rings, but then using the superior earring. Yeah, so like the go-to for late game, end game is that you replace this one with a stronger earring, with like a stronger end game earring, and that you replace one of these with a Star Force superior ring that you either like transfer a Meister ring into or just got to 17. Sengoku, 24% all stat. Math 4, so you're putting up basically 24% luck versus 9% intellect, right? It's probably also better than 30. You probably have to get 33 perfect to be able to outdo it. Yeah, so it's probably good for a while though. Yeah, this one's okay. I mean, yeah, the last line is kind of shitty, but I've got 12, 12, and 9% strength as well. Oh, this is a fearless prelude. Okay, so we got to work on a new secondary for you. Yeah, Daimos Sage Shield. Yep, yeah, big upgrade for you if you get the full stars on that one. 6% roll. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Again, so the heart and the badge are the ones where you have the least junk lines, so those are the cheapest to perfect. If you're ever going for perfecting everything, then those are the cheapest. Oh, wait, was that 27? Oh yeah, that's nice. We kind of skipped over the cup. 84 luck. Oh yeah, so this could definitely get a better flame. What I would advise with this model is that you get 2 pink holy cups, only 2, and then just whenever you get like a random eternal flame that you don't really have any use for, just throw, or you get a red flame, just throw it on one of the 2 and just wear whichever one is the best, and then just flame the other one when you get a flame. And then if the other one gets better, you just switch it out. So the 5-step would get 20 extra attack and 30% boss damage. I guess you shouldn't wait until the cape is exclusively better than this one, because part of the switching is because you also get 30% boss damage, right? And that doesn't show up in your visible damage range, so that's not as big of a factor, because it's really difficult to you're kind of comparing apples and oranges there, right? The same reason intellect, right, which gives your range a nice boost, but this should actually be crit damage. Your range will go down, but your actual damage output will go up, but your range will go down because the critical damage shows up here and not there. I think that's an okay enough flame to get. 20-star Daimos Sage Shield is 85 intellect and 45 magic attack. Okay, yeah, so it's a big increase. just 32 and that's it. So this one can definitely be improved. Because these are considered boss items, their flames are actually pretty good. So that's where I think you can get some easy gains right now. Pants is at just 24 intellect and that's it. So this one can be improved a lot. So I would say, so count every percentage for 8, every magic attack for 4, and all of your intellect for 1. And then add those 3 things up and try to have at least 80 or 80. Well, try to go for 80 at least. And if you get that pretty quickly and you have flames left, you can try to go for 85 or something. But try to go for 80 at least if you add all of those 3 things up with that multiplier. That's pretty important. Then you want the Absolute to be better because they're higher level, so they got better tiers. And then because this is not a boss item, it has 8 intellect and 4% all stat. That's actually really fucking good because typically flames for superior Golics are just total ass. So that's actually a really good one. Like in a holistic approach, like you have star forcing on the one end, and you have cubing on the other end, and then flaming on the as the third thing, I guess. You have 3 ends. This is a triangle. It's all about trying to upgrade your account and restoring like the balance in your account, making sure the star forcing, the cubing, the flaming, your legion, your link skills, your matrix, that everything is kind of in balance, and to see where, if you spend your time in which thing, you can get the best efficiency and the most results of your time that you spend. So although I do agree with you that like getting really good flames on your CRA set is really important because you're going to keep them forever, so those gains are for a lifetime. Let's say that, I know that she doesn't, but let's say that her legion is only 500. Like min-maxing on her flames right now in her CRA gear is not nearly as important as then building the legion, you know? So we're going to get to that next, but I know her legion is already pretty big, so that's why I'm going a little bit harder on this than on the other things. Yeah, so this one's really good for now. Oh, did you just hover over the weapon? What happened? Que pasa? Showing the other rings. What is your weapon? 75 magic attack. Is that tier 5? Is this a fake Epsilap or is this a real one? Real one. Okay, cool. Do you think an 11% increase in damage range is good for an equipment upgrade? 11%? Generally, yeah. So the only thing you have to look out for is anything that doesn't show up in your damage range, is that being lost. For example, if you're switching your glove with 16% critical damage for one with main stat, then your damage range will go up by a lot, but you'll lose all of your critical damage and you'll actually go down in damage. So for that one, it would be a negative. So if your item gives any non-visible damage, then you got to be careful with the switch. Maybe mages wouldn't want magic attack for flames since they have so much magic attack. Maybe. They do have more, huh? Because they got a bunch on their shield and way more on their weapon. That's a valid point. You got that plus 11% from Relay's fake Zolab? Oh, nice. Why do people put percentage stat over percentage damage when percentage damage gives more range? You would never put percentage damage over percentage stat. You put percentage weapon or magic attack over percentage damage, and then percentage damage over percentage stat. So what probably happened is that they're settling for percentage stat and percentage magic attack rather than just having percentage damage. And remember, you can only get percentage damage on your main weapon and your secondary weapon. Wait, can you get it on your emblem? I think your emblem can get damage too, right? It's a WSE thing. So those are the only items that can actually get it. Your accessories and your other clothes, your armors, none of those can get percentage damage. So you don't even have the option to get damage there. So you wouldn't want it. If you're talking about the gloves specifically, crit damage, you want to do that over stat. If you see anyone who has stat but not crit damage on their gloves, it's probably just because they haven't gotten a crit damage roll yet. And some people don't really realize how good crit damage is, and because it doesn't show up in their range, but percentage stat does, it feels like it's worse. But people who know more about the game and talk to more people about this very quickly learn that percentage critical damage on a glove is actually really good. Even though it looks like your range goes down, it is actually a lot better. Oh wait, what is your belt? I missed your belt. Shit flame, but 17 stars. Meso-obtain. If you're in Meso-obtain and drop rate gear, to just have one line of stat on top of it as well. Because if you do that with 3, 4, or 5 items, then it's like the difference already is like 40% intellect, and then it becomes a pretty big difference. I would almost advise on flaming these two, because Condensed Power Crystal and the Aquatic Ladder Eye accessory are both considered boss items, and even though they're pretty low stuff, you can very easily get like 4% all stat and like 20 or 30 stat on it. It's pretty easy to get some extra stat. I don't know how lacking in damage you are in drop rate gear though. But yeah, for stuff like flaming, you always want to focus on the common set gear, so like your CRA, your Absolab stuff, because that's going to improve your damage in both drop rate set and boss set. And then afterwards, if you're still lacking in damage in one of the two, then you want to flame upgrade those as well, of course. And percentage damage is better than percentage, like your stat. It is. But there's so few things that can get percentage damage, and all of those things that can get percentage damage can also get percentage weapon or magic attack, and those are always better than percentage damage. In Reboot, that difference is very clear, but maybe in non-Reboot that line is not as defined. I feel like you have too many items, and like you're spreading yourself too thin over too many items, where if you do like concerted efforts to spend your money on a few items and get those stronger, maybe that's better for you than having a bunch of items that have some utility. So you just have one farming set and one damaging set. What I like to do is go for a combined set of drop rate where you have 100% Meso-obtain and then as much drop rate as you possibly can. And then that's just your drop rate set. And then you have either that drop rate set or just, I guess, your mobbing set or your bossing set. And that's just the two sets. And not have like 3 versions of every single item, because that can get pretty expensive. And again, that will make sure that all of them have shittier flames, all of them have less stars, all of them probably aren't cubed as well as they could be, like maybe just the drop rate or Meso-obtain instead of also a line of main stat on top of it, you know? Well, when you get to the point that all your gear is so good, switching out something to a Zakum item doesn't make you not kill anymore. I mean, your damage goes down by a lot, sure, but your kill speed still stays the same, so it doesn't matter all that much. You should still be good to kill. Those are your skills. Okay, your boost nodes, I remember those were all pretty much maxed, right? So you're like on top of that shit. Oh no, wait. Eventually you will want to have longer buff duration as well to make your infinity last longer, so you can do more damage on bossing and everything. So you might have to get some... Man, it's so tricky now though, but maybe you got lucky. My mom has spent like 16 bill in total on on circulators. But maybe you can get lucky with the circulators. Sacred Fates, what's up, dude? Why do you guys all have dark blue names on the moment that I have to read it on a black background? It's so difficult to read. Region, right? Russell, how... Go away. Oh... That's pretty good. You don't need any critical... You don't need any critical rate? Okay, okay. Yeah, this is probably... Yeah, once you get to 8k, that's when you start taking out of attack / magic attack and start using that as well to fill up the other stuff. So when you get to 8k, you'll be able to fill up ignore defense. Oh, you have a little bit of bleed over here, by the way. You might have to redo your shit because you have two stats lost here. But yeah, buff duration does well in conjunction with and it being in your legion and it also being in your inner ability. Okay, so you have damage, set, drop, set. And then hybrid. Okay, hybrid is Abso Wep, Abso Shoulder, Abso Boot, Abso Glove, Abso Shoe. So there's two things to go for the cape. So either you just get an Absolab cape, you get it to 17 star, you wear it, or you do the if there's something like a sale on Star Force and you have a lot of money, then you can go for a very high Star Force Zakum cape, and then if that gets very high, transfer hammer that into the Absolab cape, and then you can have a high star Absolab cape. Right? And then for damage set you have tattoo, monocle. You have this. This you need to work on. This is like a long project, right? Superior ring is you have it, but it's not starred yet. So you want to go for a combination. You're going for superior earring here, and then and you have the superior belt. Fuck, what was the name again? Deimos Sage Seal, right? Deimos. Yeah, so cracked is never good enough because it's too low level, so you can only get up to 15 stars. So that's never gonna register for being best in slot. You can still use it for a drop rate ring if necessary, but you already have all of the event rings, so the cracked ring is not necessary. The solid ring, however, is above level 127, right? Because it's a level 130 ring, so that one can go up to 20 stars. As such, it can maybe surpass the reinforced ring or the Kana treasure ring is if you go above 17 stars. Since the Meister and the Superior are definitely going to be better, you can still wear 2 of those 3 rings. If you get all of 3 of them to 17, then you can try to go for 18 with the weakest first. If the weakest goes to 18, you can go with whatever ring is the weakest at that point and try to get that one to 18. If one of them blows up, you just wear the 2 that are left behind, and if they succeed on all of them, you just go again and you try to go for 19 basically. And that's how some people end up with 20-star reinforced ring and 20-star Kana treasure rings. Okay, metal's good. Badge is good. Could also start a 17 on event, honestly. Priority. The secondary is the most important thing you can work on right now. You want to get it to 20 stars during an event, but you can make insane gains with this one on. So this is like the most important thing. I would say flaming, CRA stuff. And then going for the Demo Sage Shield. That's important. And then start gathering materials for ring and earring crafting and to level up accessory crafting. Check 25 star in the chat and use the video. For drop rate set and go for 100% meso obtain and then add as much drop rate as possible. Try to get at least 1 line of percentage next to the drop rate meso obtain. Go hard on symbols, get that 8k lead. All right. I think that's the most important for now. All right. Did you get it? Nice porn. I actually always had a folder on my computer that said totally not porn, but nobody ever saw it, so I just removed it again. Like nobody even mentioned it ever, so I was like, I mean, I went out of my way to make that meme, and then nobody even noticed it. So yeah, what was the point, right?